The comeback train has left the station. We had a cracking week here. We basically halved our rank, which was awesome after losing a few ranking spots over the last couple of weeks. We've clawed it all back and into pretty well our best position of the year, which is great. We want to be in our best spots that we've been the closer we get to the end of the season, improving as we go. So I end up using 2 trades, got 18 left. Team value is just a tick over 15 million. And let's show you how we went. So 1178 was really, really good, obviously, there with 95k in the bank there, ready to move out there and continue to do good things. But 1178, that included Jerome Hughes. I ended up vice captaining him and took the 90, thinking he'd go up from 77 there, which worked out well. Sarko with the 76, Plathie 61 there. We had a few 58s there with Katoa, Aitken, and also Ethan Strange. We had Fafita's 84, Fermore's 65, Terrell with 110, with Sammy Walker's 109, and Teddy's 84. So really good game that one was. Into Coruscant and Galvin going nuts for my side. And I didn't end up having to take Curran with his 34, unfortunately, the Hughes 28, and then Smithy's 43. So super happy with how that ended up for my side this week. Obviously, as I said, made plenty of ranking points and obviously helped out where we're at. A little funny one there, just to note, the overall side and the head-to-head side are now 1 point apart, which is absolutely crazy. Obviously, beat my head-to-head side here with my team. Head-to-head ended up 1,092, and I'll show you how they went in a second in the league that I needed to win. And so, 1178, they're really, really good. And 18 trades still available, so super happy with that one going forward, and moved into 27th in the Podmasters overall at a 96, so an improved week. Some decent scores in there. I think I was like 4th or 5th, maybe 5th in the whole league, which was good. So it really needed a big push this week, and that was exactly what we wanted and what we got. And then we'll show you how we're going heading into round 17 there. But still a few guys doing well up here. A few ups and downs. Obviously nothing crazy apart from Rugby League Realm here with Alex. He seems to have the big swings there, massive moves up, and then big moves down as well. So sometimes your team just has those kind of volatile players and it ends up that way. But 107 ranking points up for him. Des there with an 838 spot move from 1144 into 306. That's absolutely incredible. Beat me by over 100. So incredible score that one was. There on that one, there was a bunch in your under 1,000. There was a few in the thousands, 1,100, that type of range there. And I move into 27th there, just behind Kane, Brian, and obviously Trent Copeland there as well, which is cool. Other guys who might follow, Tim Villiamy there, that I follow anyway, 1,087, moved up a little bit, which was good. And then down below, guys that we follow would be Guru, 923, a pretty tough one there for him, 9,300 overall. No Appy and these types of plays there was obviously the hurtful one. And then Tim with the Kuma Stains improved a little bit, but into 11,194 with 1,009 there. We got Scoop, unfortunately, still struggling a little bit in 78th and 941 for his squad. Tough times for him. Only improved a little bit into 22,000. Supercoach Whisperer, 904 was a tough going there. Still at 23,400. And I think that's really it there. The Rook's in there, Cat. So she had an improvement, 1,020, but still not moving the needle, unfortunately. We've still got Adrian there, who has quit Fantasy and Supercoach for the year, it looks like. So there you go. Okay, into this week coming up, what we need to look at. So I've mucked around a little bit with the squad, not too much, as I'm not sure who's going to be back and fit and firing. It does look like Harpy Paul will return, so he'll come into the starting side, given I've got Fafita and Beau Fermor, who are going to be out this week, but super important for round 19. And that's where we have to focus our attention now, is to round 19. I believe I have 12 available for that week. So any moves I make from here, I think are going to be situated around that week in round 19. For the next sort of 3 trades, get us to 15 or something like that would be good and be helpful for obviously round 20 as well. 19, 20 we need to look at. Splitting, players across both those weeks is going to be cool, and looking forward to our final team. So if we still look at my side here, I've got a bunch of these players that are still, Sam Hughes is the cheapest there at 303. And then outside of that, Isaac Tungo's down to 433, which is crazy. Smithy's at 412. Willison at 382 and Jaden Bradley at 408. Everyone else in the side is at a good sort of price. So I'm definitely due for one cash down and looks like the best one this week would be Fletcher Sharp, but I don't think I'll be trading out Drinkwater now that I held him through this week, obviously. And they're playing pretty good at the moment. Obviously, coming up against Penrith this week, not ideal. But still, that's probably the big one. And then, guys like Ruben Porter scored okay on the weekend there with his 30-odd there. So, yeah, it could just end up being a cash down, hopefully to someone that we think might play in round 19. Like, they don't play the next couple of weeks, but will come in round 19 for those on, in that game there. So you look at the round 19 games, and for the Dolphins, you'd expect Fuller to be there, so that doesn't really help. For the South, you can go Jai Gray, but he's obviously just in that fullback as well. For the Tigers, no one of real note there outside of like a Ruben Porter. Sharkies, it's hard to sort of find. That's where you got to have a little bit of a search as to who's going to be leaving for Origin, and then who's going to potentially come in as that cheapie for that week to score for you, and then just never see them again, basically, or 19-20 or whatever it is in that scenario. Might be worth a look, but it could be one of those cheap front row forwards that we're seeing at the moment. Nathan Browns, Sipley's, these types of guys there for sure that we might have to look at. So a little bit of a deeper dive. We might see a cheapie come in for the Broncos there, maybe in the forward pack as well with Haas and Carrigan out for that week. So but they do have Fletcher Baker and these types of guys to come in. So tough one to look at. But probably the 2RF is the slightly worrying spot. Like, we got Curran in there. Hopefully he has a bounce back. Him, Willison. What do we do in that scenario? Brayley, I think we're just going to sit there most likely. Coruscant, obviously a great score for him. He's in a good spot there. Hughes and Walker killing it. Galvin and Dylan Brown, no problems at 5/8. In the centre wing, we've got a lot of options, really. Asako, Holmes, Aiken, Iro, Strange and Tungo this week, and then Garrick to come back, and then Teddy and Drinkwater. So overall, in a pretty good spot. If we are using trades this week, it'll likely be a cash out, like I'm saying, to then upgrade somewhere. The question is where. Maybe it's Smithies in the 2RF that we can muck around with. Maybe it's a front row forward, getting a better front row forward there. Obviously, Adam Fanua-Blake on the slight downhill. Is he someone that we want? Do we want like a Joe Tarpany? Do we want Stefano or something like that, who plays over the next bunch of weeks? They're all questions we need to answer. Obviously, they've got a few players coming back, the Tigers as well. So, that's probably all I want to say on my team for now. We'll get into the buy, hold, sell on Wednesday, as always. Potentially even Thursday. We'll see. Because they got the next game will be in round 17 on Friday, so at 8 p.m. too. Why? Just play the 6 or 7 for that one. I don't know why they have to have it so late on a Friday night at a core stadium. But anyway, we've got time. So likely the buy, hold, sell will be on Thursday, and then our trades on Friday as well. So that's my team. Let's have a quick look at the head-to-head and that league that we're in, that we need to win. So as you saw there, 1,092 with a season rank of 2479. So still in a good rank overall, but that is not what matters as much. I've got 2 less trades and a little bit more team value there in this setup. And we'll get into that league now that I was talking about. And it turns out that the person I was coming up against decided that this week was the week to not play anymore in a cash comp. Strange. So I ended up getting a win by 541. I didn't even need to make any trades in the end. Not that it was ever going to matter anyway, but massive league win, which actually helps me out for and against as well, and gets me into the positives for the first time in a while. And it's a shame that I didn't have a matchup in the other league as well, but into 9th in this really important league there. So super happy about that. Let's get in and have a look now. So we still have Martin, who I believe is he still up top? Where is he? Martin. Oh, he's dropped a bit. He slipped, no pun intended, down to 15th. Unfortunately, lost 11 rankings this week, but he's in our league still. So we've got some work to do, that's for sure. But into 9th, just quickly go back in there and have a look. So 28 points for Martin up top. We don't want to be in 8th position, let's just say that. we go into 4th, 5th. We had 20, 19, 18, and myself at 17 points. So if I continue to get a few wins in the next few, I have thankfully won 4 out of my last 5, and points scored are very well improved compared to a few of these guys. A few behind me now that are have scored more points than me overall and are in a better position. We have a couple, one there actually only above me that is in a lower point scored position. So that's obviously means we're doing pretty well compared to everyone else to be in this position actually now. We've kind of worked our way back with the 4 wins out of the last 5 and in a position now to hopefully pounce and try and push into sort of 4th, 5th would be really, really ideal. And I don't think I've played Martin yet. So I'm a little bit stressed about that, to be honest with you there, in that one there. So hopefully, when does he come up? Raise Bays. That's the one that's a little bit under me in points. All right. Where am I in this one? Connor. When do I play Martin? Hopefully I don't. Hopefully I don't. There he is. Round 20. All right. That's going to be a fun matchup. That's going to be a fun matchup. But we go all the way to 22 as well. So just keep that in mind, guys, for those following along and cheering for me there in this setup. So, yeah, good score. Good score. 1,092. Let's have a look at that now on the game day effort there for my side there. 1,092 with Hughes 90, Asako 76, plus 61, Katoa 58, Fafita 84. End up captaining Tedesco after the vice captain of Adam Blake didn't end up getting in my squad. So I had a lot of low scores this week, but thankfully I had so many players, it did not matter. Tedesco, Terrell May, Dom Young 56, Marnie 53, but had Coruscant Galvin was the big one. Obviously having them in both sides is good. Strange and Smithies counted, and then I didn't have Meaney's score, Adam Blake's score, Johnson's score, which is crazy. Had those two guns not scoring my 17, and then Hughes, Nafahu White has been a pretty average one, and then Porter only a 31. So he must have got that line break like he did in fantasy. But yeah, that's where we're at heading into this week. We're still not sitting there with a ton of players out heading into round 17 there. We got Coruscant Marnie up top, Adam Blake with Terrell May, Nafahu White and Hughes. So yeah, that Nafahu one's not working as much. Hopefully he still gets some good minutes to come and a better score. But Katoa, Plath, Kaipis Paul, and then Smithies kind of as my backup if I need him. Hughes and Johnson. The Johnson down to 493 is tough. That is tough. Only down to a 57 average now, which is, yeah, shocking. And then Galvin and Brown was sweet. Dom Young, Meaney, Asako, Iro, Holmes, Talangi, and Strange. So really strong center wing right now. Tedesco and Drinkwater. So, yeah, again, potentially a couple of trades this week. I'll have to work out what we're doing. I did use our first cash down this week with Porter at 204. Ended up making 22K. On that front, which is, yeah, is what it is. Has played those 3 games across the last 3 weeks there. And what was the first week's score? He had 17 into 45 and a 31. So nothing special. Hopefully kind of round 19, we can get a spot for him in the side, but there is a few people coming back and unsure if he's going to keep that spot. But yeah, what we do with Johnson is something to think about. I think we're holding the rest of these guys in the center wing and fullback. 5'8's cool. 2RF, Smithies could be moved on. Porter, we've got to, keep him obviously. And then like a Nafahu White or Hughes. Outside of that, there's not too many guys to potentially trade out. So we'll find out how Origin goes. We'll have a look at team lists and who's backing up and stuff and go from there, I think, in this side. But overall, to get, still score almost 1,100 with Adam Blake's 34, with Johnson's 9, and all these guys that you would have hoped to perform well, that they didn't. Yeah, it's good to see that we could still get a good score. So that's that. That's the beauty of planning and watching my videos. And a big thank you to all of you guys for being here in this one. I think that's pretty simple to leave it at that. Private group, yeah, 3rd and 4th for my 2 sides out of the 69. Nice. And that big points differential win is going to be very, very helpful for my squad. And hopefully for the other competition there, I can get some wins over the next few weeks. I think I'm up against sort of 10th and 9th in both, or 10th and 11th, which should be okay. And yeah, in pretty good spots overall in all the leagues. And hopefully, we got a win in the back-to-back bunnies, sitting 2nd in that one. And I'm 4th in the 4 and 20 pies, which is cool. So that's the Supercoach video, guys. Thanks for being here and good luck. And hopefully your teams went well this week as well in Supercoach. Let me know in the comments.